I call to order the Maplewood City Council meeting on Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. Item number 2, land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the Kickapoo, Osage, Miami, Iroquois, and Great Sioux Nation people. At this time, would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? Madam Clerk, item number 4.
Councilmember Crossley,
Here.
Councilmember Fockingham,
Here.
Councilmember Homa,
Here.
Mayor Knapper,
Here.
Councilmember Page,
Here.
Councilmember Phillips,
Here.
Madam Mayor Quorum is present.
Thank you. I'm skipping item number 5 as it is not needed. Madam Clerk, item number 6.
Approval of the council agenda.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 7.
Public hearing to hear citizens' comments on a request by the city to amend the zoning ordinance to allow accessory dwelling units within the city of Maplewood.
At this time, the public is welcome to make a public comment. If you are in the chambers with us, please step to the podium. Please remember to hold the button. If you're joining us online, please raise your Zoom hand and Mr. Reese will call upon you.
Good evening, council members. I'm Charlie Hinderleiter. I'm a resident of Maplewood, but today I come to you with the hat of my day job. I'm the Director of Government Affairs for St. Louis Realtors. I'll keep this brief. We like your legislation. We think you guys are going to be a trendsetter in the area on this. We think this ADU legislation is helpful for housing supply and housing affordability, and hope you pass it tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mayor Knapper, there are no hands.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 8.
A public forum.
At this time, you are welcome to raise your Zoom hand if you're joining us via Zoom and step to the podium if you're in the chambers with us. Thank you.
I am Christy Kramlich. I live on Elm. I stayed through the work just to listen to see what you're going to do with the park safety. And I disagree. I love Sutton Park. It's a great green space, but I think we can incorporate something that keeps the kids safe. I think that should be our top priority. I also want to know why that pavilion you don't have to rent out like you do the other pavilions.
Good question.
That's the park stuff I have. And then the last thing I want to know is, how do we vet our people who are running for council? You need me to explain that further, or are you good with what I said?
Nope, I'm good. Okay, so let me just say this. So ordinarily, when it's public comment, it's just public comment. It's not a conversation. However, we are a different council. So I saw Mr. Page. Were you going to head to go ahead?
I don't remember being vetted other than by the vote of the people. Was my only comment.
So let me ask, just to clarify your question, when you say how do we, who is the we? Is it council? Is it city hall?
I'm thinking City Hall, because I'm not a council person, so I don't know what kind of privilege you get that the average citizen would not get. And I just don't know, upon looking at the filings, I didn't see anything that vetted. Technically, you got signatures and you sent it on. I was just wondering if there's a process from the city.
No. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, let me just, Mayor and members of council, perhaps our city clerk, could you speak to the process that we actually talked a little bit about today, the things that you require, that you do with the candidate files? Can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yes, I take a copy of their driver's license. I ask how long they've been a resident. I get their contact information. And then once the petition is turned in, they signed a form 5021, I think it's a tax verification form that says that all of their taxes have been paid. And there's other things associated with that form. And that is notarized, and then I take the petitions out to get their signature verified.
There's no vetting process beyond
No,
what was just
no,
explained.
I just wanted to, for clarification, wanted to explain what our city clerk does relative to that process. Mayor Knapper, there are no hands.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 9.
Announcements,
We have 2 announcements tonight. The annual Ryan Hummert 5K 1 mile fun run will be held October 22nd at Ryan Hummert Park. You can sign up at athlinks.com. That's ATHLINKS.com. And finally, the last movie night of the year is November 5th at 7 p.m. It will be held at the fire department in the engine bay. The featured movie is the 1998 version of The Parent Trap.
I also would like to introduce Audrey Culberson, who is with us here this evening, to the council and to the community. Audrey is our new social services coordinator. She is day 2 is today. And we are overwhelming her with things, but in the transition, but we're very excited to have her here. Extremely excited, and I'd like to have her say a few words about herself.
Hi, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be selected to help and support both Maplewood and Richmond Heights in the community. Just a little bit of background about myself. I have my undergrad at University of Missouri St. Louis. I'm currently working on my master's at St. Louis University. I have a diverse work history and 6+ years as a social worker. I've worked with children at special school district. I've worked with emerging adults with mental health concerns at PJC. And in addition to that, I've worked with aging seniors at Lutheran Senior Services. So it is just an honor and a privilege to be able to support the community moving forward and to be a part of Maplewood. Thank you.
We're so happy you're here. Thank you for choosing Maplewood.
Thank you guys for choosing.
Yes.
Okay. Madam Clerk, item number 10.
approval of the September 27th, 2022 City Council meeting minutes.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 11.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri to accept the bid of Biggs Plumbing Company Incorporated in the amount of $12,230 for the installation of a water fountain in Greenwood Park using Community Development Block Grant Funds.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the resolution. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Councilmember Crossley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fockingham,
Yes.
Councilmember Homa,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Resolution 22-74 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 12.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, authorizing the city manager to purchase one fire command response vehicle from Don Brown Chevrolet, Inc. by means of a statewide contract through the State of Missouri's Division of Purchasing and Materials Management Cooperative Procurement Services in the amount of $38,949.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the resolution. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Councilmember Fockingham,
Yes.
Councilmember Homa,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Crossley.
Yes.
Resolution 22-75 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 13.
Bill 6205, an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, amending Chapter 56 zoning, including Section 56-3 definitions, Section 56-72 permitted uses, and Section 56-560 specifically prohibited uses, and adding a new Section 56-74 regulations for accessory dwelling units, all to allow accessory dwelling units as conditional uses in the SR Single Family Residential Zoning District.
That was the first reading. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the ordinance. Second.
Any discussion?
I'd just like to say, first of all, thank you to zoning administrator Anthony Traxler and city attorney Graves for getting this ordinance to the point that we're at tonight. Also, the hard work of the Planning and Zoning Commission and especially Amber Whitcomb, who is also a member of my ordinance review committee, and she's been doing double duty on those, on the commission and the committee, and really, again, getting the ordinance to the point that we're at tonight. And finally, community members, Mr. Hinderleiter, who's with us tonight, who has lent his advice and expertise as from St. Louis Realtors, as well as former Mayor Barry Greenberg, who as an architect has been involved and interested in changing the ADU or allowing ADUs for some time. And he also helped inform some of our decisions in this process. So again, thank you to council and everyone involved.
Madam Clerk, second reading. Oh,
Bill,
excuse me. Stop, please. Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Now, Madam Clerk, second reading, please.
Bill 6205, an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, amending Chapter 56 zoning, including Section 56-3 definitions, Section 56-72 permitted uses, and Section 56-560 specifically prohibited uses, and adding a new Section 56-74 regulations for accessory dwelling units, all to allow accessory dwelling units as conditional uses in the SR Single Family Residential Zoning District.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the ordinance. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. The third and final reading will take place at the next council meeting. All right, Madam Clerk, item number 14.
Bill 6202, an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, amending Chapter 6 advertising, Division 2 permitted permanent type signs, Section 6-49 regulations, B1, wall signs of the city code.
That was the final reading. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the bill. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Councilmember Homa,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Crossley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fockingham.
Yes.
Ordinance number 5999 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 15.
Old business,
Is there any old business? Madam Clerk, item number 16.
council communication,
Madam Clerk, item number 17.
mayor's report,
It's fall, y'all. Madam Clerk, item number 18.
city attorney's report.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 19.
City manager's report,
I have nothing. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, item number 20.
public forum,
At this time, the public is welcome to either step to the podium and provide comment, or please raise your Zoom hand and Mr. Reese will call upon you.
Okay. Yes, Megan, welcome to the Maplewood City Council meeting.
Hi, thanks. I was here for, sorry.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was here for the working session earlier, but I didn't get to speak. I was just wondering what the plan was for keeping the individual out of Sutton Loop Park once he is released from prison, or if he is released from the county jail.
Oh, may I? Okay. First of all, we know he's being held right now, and we don't know if he's going to be released, if he's going to be released at all. We'll take this step by step, case by case. If he is released and comes back to Maplewood, we will monitor the individual like we did before, very closely. Public safety will be a top priority in that regard. And like we did before, I can assure you that we will monitor him closely. If he does come back, if he does get released, number one, and number two, if he does come back to Maplewood. So that's kind of where we are at this point in time.
So is the city council taking any step? I mean, we have this thing we can do to keep him from roosting at this park where the kids get off the bus and the kids play, but we're not doing it.
Yep. Forgive me, is that a question?
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering why we're not putting in some kind of play structure or something that would circumvent this loitering thing there that he's allowed to be doing to keep the kids safe and keep them able to use the park, and to not have a level 3 sex offender living at our park when we have this thing we can be doing. This, put in a play structure.
All right, thank you. Mr. Reese, I know that you did address this during the work session, but would you go ahead and address this again, please?
Yeah, which piece of it do you want me to address?
I believe that our community member is asking us why we're not putting a playground structure in Sutton Loop Park, because then the park would meet the requirements by state statute. So why are we not doing it? I guess why is it your advice not to do that at this time? Why is that a last resort? Because it is, let me just say this, I'm sorry. Megan, it is a, excuse me, let me back up. Mr. Reese has heard from the community and has heard about the request from community members to put playground equipment in Sutton Loop Park. And that is not off the table at all. It's still on the table, but from what I understood Mr. Reese to say, it is a last resort because that space was initially created to be a that was free from playground equipment. So it was an open area that people could enjoy. But I will no longer speak for Mr. Reese, and I'll ask him to go ahead and give his explanation.
Yeah, we really view that measure as a last resort, Megan. The issue is no longer there right now. The individual is not in Sutton Loop Park. He's been arrested. He's being held. He was monitored daily when he was in the park, and Sutton Loop Park is I hate to have a knee-jerk reaction to something that's not a threat anymore at this point in time. We will revisit it if it becomes an issue again. I think as the next best course of action is for us to send a letter and lobby our legislature to, as we indicated earlier, to have a definition change of what constitutes a park, so that Sutton Loop is also considered a park. So I think that's the next best course of action we plan on taking.
Okay, I'll let someone else speak.
Thank you.
Okay. Give me just a moment. We have someone else who have raised their hand. Mr. Coriel, welcome to the Maplewood City Council meeting.
Hi, I apologize if it's a little windy. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Sorry, I was running on the track and I was just listening along and I just wanted to add a quick 2 cents. And so Matt Corral, 2502 Florent. My child was the one that was approached by the sex offender. So it just concerns me that we're waiting for another, another incident before we take a step. I wouldn't say it's a last ditch effort to say, we got to wait for something to happen. And I'm super grateful for the police and city council and the city, how everybody's handling it. But I just felt compelled to say, I don't think anybody else in the community wants to go through what I had to go through with my kid. And if we can take any preventative measures within our means to do something, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I thank everybody for what they've been doing and what you guys continue to do. So I just wanted to just weigh in. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Mayor, there are no more hands.
All right, thank you. May I have a motion to hold a closed session?
Motion to hold a closed session to discuss matters relating to litigation, legal actions, and or communication from the city attorney.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Crossley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fockingham,
Yes.
Councilmember Homa.
Yes.
All right, so for those joining us via Zoom, we will not return. However, if those that are in the chambers, we will return. All right, thank you.